Hello, my fellow patriots. This is Alex with Disabled Vets Perspective, and I've got sort of something I want to warn you folks about. I've got some information from Miss Belinda, my partner in crime. Hello, D's knees, D's ED. Okay, got it. California Critic, good to see you. Hello, preacher. I just talked to you a minute ago. You just show up everywhere. Mary Dalton, how you doing? All right. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up about a plan that's coming up on March 1st. And just to give you some idea of what you might be expecting is, if you remember, we had AOC, we had Rashida Tlaib, we had Alexandria, whatever. Anyway, the other one that is in that group, and then you have Ilham Omar. Well, they were hired by an acting agency. Literally, it was called the Justice Democrats. They were hired for their acting ability. Hello, Johnny Rhodes and Angel Cotita. How you doing?
You know the story of AOC. Her brother gave her that.
Gave her the application for the acting. Yeah, but it's the point is they were hired as actors. They are totally and completely controlled. So we know that anything that they're doing is being done. It's being choreographed. It's somebody else is doing it. Well, here's where it gets even more interesting. That's just one example of the network that's involved with these elected officials. They have handlers. Hello, Barefoot. Anyway, so this is, I don't know if you remember, I've always mentioned that the Illuminati will basically be allowed to do anything they want as long as they tell you they're going to do it first. So what I have here is, it's on my phone. I couldn't get it moved to my email for some reason, but you guys might know that cartoon, Arthur. Okay. Now, Arthur is being used to introduce another movement. And in the cartoon there, in the drawing, it says, having fun isn't hard when you seize the means of production. Well, it sounds like, ha, 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 that's all. That's great. That sounds like fun. Hello, Black Spring and Inner Dialogue. Good to see you guys. Welcome, welcome. Actually, that might have been gender specific. Good to see y'all. That way I don't offend anybody that's on the left by, accidentally saying y'all's guys. But anyway, so in a cartoon, it tells you what the plan is. They're going to seize the means of production. Now, this group is called, right here, the Sunrise Movement. Yeah, that thing I put on the title of the show right there. Now, it sounds like butterflies and, fields of flowers and everything, that sugar and spice and everything nice and all that stuff. But it's not. And it's like the organizations that are created by George Soros. They all have fluffy puppy dog names, and they're so nefarious. American Warrior, how you doing? And Frank Morrell, good to see you. Greg Nicholson, welcome. Lisa67, believe. I do too. Good to see you guys. Anyway, so what they're planning, this Sunshine Movement, they are planning a general strike. Now, I don't know what they're going after, but if you remember the Arthur cartoon where it says, take control of the means of production, I'm guessing they're going to try to shut down the trucking industry, maybe gasoline. I'm grasping at straws, but I'm not expecting it to be real friendly like fluffy puppies. Kwame, Lion, how you doing? I appreciate you giving me your time. Anyway, so they are planning a general strike. Ragtag Patriot, how you doing? Shout out back from Florida. All right, so the 1st of March, general strike. Time to take back control. Bring this government to its knees. They work for us. Enough's enough. That's their little poster. And I'll give that. Let me see if I can get that a little straighter right there. Everybody at the dance having a good time. Everything fluffy puppies. Okay. Now, this is basically a rundown of them. This was a thread, not sure by who, because Miss Belinda's name is right over the top of it. So I'm gonna just have to. I won't give them credit, but I'll give them some. Anyway, it came from somebody other than me because I am not that smart. So it says Sunrise Movement, Los Angeles. All of our backed candidates are committed to fighting for more progressive, unbought Democratic Party. You've committed to not endorsing an incumbent politician who takes fossil fuel, police union, or developer money. They also support a Green New Deal, abolish ICE, single-payer healthcare, campaign finance reform, and defunding the police. Please support the progressive in your district by voting for our Sunrise-backed candidates. Your ballots need to be received by February 3rd. Now, Sunrise Movement Los Angeles, PS. If your district doesn't have 14 Sunrise LA-backed candidates, we'd recommend checking out the candidate list of our coalition partners. Now, what this here, it doesn't have the date. So was this something that they put together before the election and they got their candidates pushed through using, I don't know, some demon system, maybe in specific swing states? I don't know. But the point is, it's nefarious. They have something planned on March 1st that is not going to be friendly. Now, we know that there's chaos going on right now in DC. It's nuts, and it's pissing a lot of people off. So anytime the Democrats start doing things and they start feeling the pushback from the humans, the useless eaters that are among us, then they do something to change the narrative. And we call them Tango Foxtrots or Twin Foxtrots or American false flags. But anyway, we call them all kinds of things, but we're always careful what we call them on the tubes because, they don't like to do much. But I don't see anybody. Let's see. There we are. Okay. Am I going to Trovo? If so, follow you there. I'm not sure yet. I haven't looked into it enough. I am going to look at it. But appreciate you guys joining me over there on D-Live. That's White Wings waving my hand at you. Anyway, so something is going to happen. We know that the chaos in DC is right now the absolute focus. So something has to happen to take the focus away from the Democrats so they can keep jamming through their executive orders. Donnie Newman, good to see you. Done playing around. Welcome. And Johnny Boy, good to see you guys. So I wanted to come on here. I wanted to give you a warning about this group because the last time we had a group that was so interested in, sunlight and weather and things like that, it was the group called the Weather Underground. And they were another political movement group that were pretty dangerous. They did a lot of bombings. They did a lot of really nasty stuff. And anytime you're talking about taking this government down, you're not talking about, not putting stamps on your envelopes when you mail them. That's defiant. I'm not going to do that anymore. That's not what they're talking about. The globalist combined wealth can not be stopped. They do have a lot of money backing them. It could explain all the body bags. Yeah, that video was interesting. An entire warehouse full of body bags that was being shipped out. A guy working there was recording it on his phone discreetly. So, yeah, something's coming. I mentioned also, I think 2 videos ago about the. Actually, I think I mentioned it on a live show I was on, but in Israel, they came up with a neat little tool of unpleasantness, and it is a nuclear device that fits in a briefcase and can be carried by any suit in and out of a building, and it doesn't look like anything more than he's bringing his briefs in with him. But I always tend to wear my briefs, so I don't know why people carry them. But the point is, there were a bunch of these little suitcase nukes or briefcase nukes made, and 6 of them went missing. Nobody, obviously, except for the deep state, knows where these things are. And the last time there was going to be a move made in the deep state, a truly credible threat came down to Mike Pompeo about one of these little pocket nukes that was going to be detonated in this country if they continued to move forward with their plans for arrest. So they did an emergency stand down order. Now I have that under pretty good sources about that going on. So I tend to believe that to be true, especially when you realize there are 6 of these things that have been totally unaccounted for. It wouldn't be that far-fetched, and life to the cabal has 0 value. So if they decided to blow up a children's hospital, that would mean nothing to them. It would absolutely not bother them one tiny little bit, but it would be such an incredible punch to the gut to the American people that it literally would take years to recover from something like that. The shock factor alone would be more than they could possibly handle. So these people will do some really nasty shit. Yeah, it's a mini nuke in a briefcase. That's how small it is. But apparently it's got a pretty good kick to it too. So if they put it in a specific location, it would do damage in a 360-degree destruction zone that would be epic. It would really be something that people have never seen before. And if they did the same thing on top of a high-rise building, it would extend that damage line, that damage circle out quite a bit. So you got to look at this. We all kind of have our hunches, but the cabal had something to do with 9/11. That was over 3,000 people gone in a flash. And, there's no remorse for that kind of stuff, because to them, they want to get rid of at least, what is it? They want 500 million people total on the planet. So that means they have to get rid of 7 billion people. So do you think they'd really give a damn if they took out a small city? To them, that would be all they got to do is clean up and build their new high rises. So American Warhorse, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Ruby Tuesday, welcome. It is scary, but I just gotta say that if you're comfortable with the way that you have done things in your life, and you really feel in your heart that you've done it the best you can, and you have God in your heart, and you wear that armor, it really doesn't matter because if we can't stop things from happening, hello, Kelly Ray, there's nothing we can do to stop them if they want to do something stupid. All we can do is make sure that we are right within ourselves and we are right with God. And then whatever happens, happens. That's why in my videos I give you all the information that I can come across, and I do it in a way to not produce panic, because I'm not panicked. I'm as calm as a kitten. And I'm just not worried about this stuff because I look at it from a very big picture, and I kind of see things maybe differently than some, but maybe the same as others. I look at everything I can find, and then I come up with my own synopsis. Basically, I try to figure it out on my own, and that's something I encourage you guys to do as well. Just take all the information you can get, and then go through it in your mind, and just try to think logically about how it really seems to be. They hate our faith in God Christ because in the end they lose. You ain't bullshitting. Mrs. Preacher, hello, how are you? Appreciate those prayers. Always put on the full armor of God. Yes, sir. And that's what I do. That's why I can walk through this world fearless, because there's nothing they can do to me. It just doesn't hurt me at all. I mean, going into the if I need to wear my aluminum hat, I can reach it from here, I think. But I see spirits on a very regular occasion. So for me, to assume that there's nothing beyond the shedding of this meat suit, it would be ignorant of me to assume that there's nothing at that point. Mitchell, how you doing? Greg Nicholson, Maurice Delk, how are you, sir? Man, your shows get hot and bothered. I like listening to those things. Sometimes it's a little tough because everybody likes to talk at once, but boy, I tell you what, there's some good points made on those shows. And if you ain't grown up and you can't handle it, you shouldn't go there. You know what I'm saying? But boy, they can get hot and bothered. It's cool though. It's all good. I had that conversation with my 20-year-old son today about the fact that this is not it, that these meat suits are merely vessels that house our soul and that kind of thing.
You put that bottle down, Alex.
Well, I put the bottle down every time I get done taking a swig, so then you're wrong about that. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed upon the Isaiah 263. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Let's see. They feed off the fear. That's a fact. The misery, the anger, the anguish, all of that feeds a demonic soul. That's how they get their powers. Yeah, thick skin only. There you go. That's the one. If you don't have thick skin, but you know what? Go to Maurice Delk anyway, because the conversations are real over there. I mean, you're going to hear it from both sides, which is unusual. You don't usually get a channel with left and right perspective in the same house, so you'll get it there. But it's interesting. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. That's a fact. Let's see. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God to salvation for everyone who believes, for the Jew first and also for the Greek. Good one.
For everybody.
America first. How you doing? Leiden is going to destroy the economy for the one world order and China currency. Well, I've done a few videos on this. If you've seen some of the ones I've done in the past, you might need to look at this from a 50,000 foot perspective and realize that there's something else going on. And I can't say that I know exactly what that is, But what I can say is the White House has been blacked out every night for the last, I think we're at 8 or 9 nights. Unheard of. It doesn't happen. Coffee is better than the bottle. I can get down with that. I love my coffee. But the White House doesn't go dark. It's the most secure building on the planet, and it never goes dark because they don't want the people. Okay, we're at 9 days. They don't want people sneaking around that building in the dark. So that's clue number 1. Clue number 2 is a side-by-side comparison of the Oval Office with President Trump sitting there and the Oval Office with that thing Biden sitting in it. You have to look at it because everything is different. The windows are a different size. The wainscoting on the walls is shorter on the one that Biden's in. The curtains are different. The call box for the Secret Service isn't on the desk. You could go along like one of these hidden images pictures, and you could circle all the things that are different about it. A bunch of buses and vans with police escorts went out tonight. Yeah. Preacher says I'm buffering. Believe it or not, the first time I'm actually doing okay. I'm holding together over here, even on D Live. I'm buffering a little bit, but I am at the end of the month, so this would be the worst time for me going live. But I needed to get some information out because this new sunrise thing, the sunrise, it's nefarious. There's something going on, and we need to be vigilant and keep an eye on it. I thought it was, what was it? I heard you. I thought it was just me, preacher. No, it's me probably because I'm at the end of my month, and my stupid company that I am forced to get my internet through likes to throttle my feed down because they they've got the power and they like to flex their muscles and stuff. White House is dark. We can't say that no more. Can't say what anymore. Barefoot clean on 24 years. That's awesome. Last time I did any whiskey or any kind of drinking was the night that I met my wife. I put it all down, and I used to dump it back by the jugs. No, Kelly Alex buffers when you're standing next to him. I might resemble that, yeah. It even talks about the beast overcoming the saints in this world. Guess many never read that part. Well, it's going to be a fight to the bitter end, but
people decipher the Bible differently.
Yeah. Anyway, so I didn't plan on coming on long. I just planned on coming on to make you realize and help you realize that there's something amiss. The things going on in DC are really weird. I mean, to say the least, they are weird. This announcement of a strike, a general strike on the 1st of March. What the hell does that even mean? What are they going to go after? We've got to be keeping an eye on it. So I want you guys to be aware of it. Stay vigilant. Keep your head on a swivel. If you're packing, don't leave home without it. Treat it like a credit card, your Visa card, whatever. Come on the line. The Secret Service always provides close security when a person becomes their party nominee. He didn't have any of that. Right. He didn't get a plane to pick him up to bring him to D.C. for the inauguration. He had to fly a private jet. He hasn't been assigned a security detail, so he hired his own security for $3.5 million, and they all look particularly Chinese to me. I'm just saying, not all of them, really. That's not an entirely true statement, but the ones closest to him seem to be an awful lot like the Chinese. So I think he is well handled. They're setting and the act mass gun roundups. Yeah, well, they're just not going to get them. America first. It's not going to happen. They have their dreams, and maybe they'll get a few, but that's all they're getting. So they can have their dreams. They can assume anything they want, but they're not getting them.
America first.
That's what I'm talking about.
About the false flag?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they are going to try it. GTO Mama, how you doing? Since when is there a parking lot outside the Oval Office? Bingo, you got another one.
What?
See, you take the two pictures, you put them side by side, you copy them onto a nice piece of paper, and then you get you a pen and you say, which is different about these images? And you circle all of them, and you'll be amazed at how many circles you do on what's different about the two. But the other thing is, call the White House. And when you call the White House, nothing goes into that White House without being recorded. So the first thing they tell you when you call there is they say, this call will not be recorded. That's a red flag. That means there's nobody in the tape room, so to speak. And then you hit 1 for the comment line, and it tells you the White House is closed. If you would like to continue to make a comment, go to this such and such.com. Not even a .gov. So please make sure to give a thumbs up support.
No, not Miss Preach. I said preacher.
Oh, well, she deserves the respect. I got to talk about her first. I don't even see Preacher. I think he's bad-mouthing me and hiding. Oh, okay. So when will we get Disabled Vet's wife's perspective? She's over here yapping and yipping and barking on the other side of the room. So you're getting her perspective. It's just not as loud as mine because I'm closer to the microphone. And she doesn't have anything hard to throw at me, so I can get away with saying an awful lot right now. If you remember back in the day in the funny papers, you used to get one of those comics and you told the side-by-side notice of difference. I see what you're saying. Right. You could have fun with this. But look at all the unusual stuff that's going on.
What is missing?
No, what is not the same?
Well,
Because, well, the only thing missing is the call box for the Secret Service that is never on the desk without the
lawn.
president. Well, the parking lot. That's missing from the real Oval Office. Right. So Democrats are making patriots traitors and traitors patriots, a.k.a. the Dems. Right.
The books are empty.
Yeah, the executive orders are empty too. So there is that. Except for one of them. I saw the executive order when he opened it up. I swear to you, it had his notes in it. His teleprompter. He was using his finger, and you could see him when he opened up the executive order. You could see him reading what he was supposed to say while he was looking in the executive order.
He's making a poll now.
Vote who wants a Lisa show. Put a 1 in the chat. Yeah, good luck with that.
Hey, vote, buddy.
Yeah, he funny guy. He make me laugh. Yep.
Get 3 1s, 4, 5.
Don't you have something to be doing?
Yeah, we'll go make cookies.
That's what I'm talking about. Nope, she can't do a show. She's going to be making cookies. Sorry. Okay. Who knew Orwell's 1984 was an instruction manual? Yeah, right. They've been following it pretty well. All right. So if you guys have questions for me, then now's the time. Revelation 13:7. And it was given unto him. It just jumped. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. Yeah, well, as long as I'm breathing and I still got that fight left in me, then they're going to have a hell of a long time before they get their goal, because I will never quit. I remember most of what I read.
American War Wars, and they were very good cookies.
Yes, sir. You can't be telling everybody you got our cookies, though, because, then we'll be in trouble. All right. So, preacher is a
Yeah,
troublemaker.
he got it today.
I
got
believe that.
sick.
Anyway, so if you got any questions for me, because if not, we're going to go ahead and stick to the promise and leave this as about a 30-minute live stream, just so I can
Oh,
make sure people
jeez.
get a chance to watch it.
Thank
Too
you,
soon for
Belinda.
that.
Belinda voted too.
How long before they get rid of the 4th of July? Um, I'm sure they're going to want to try to get rid of a lot of stuff, but it's up to us to fight the man, fight the power. But here's the thing. If you guys have been following this story about Reddit and Robinhood, these two trading apps for the little guy, they absolutely bankrupted a billionaire hedge fund operator by using their own tactics. And the hedge fund operators and the people in Congress are pissed because the little guy got one on them. I'm in my step van home, sitting down by a river in Alaska. Need to figure out how to make cookies without an oven. You know something? I think we might be able to help you there, Barefoot. My wife can cook and bake on an open fire. We've done it before.
You can make a frying pan.
Yeah, you can. You'd be amazed what you can do on a campfire. When our kids were young, we actually went for long periods of time without electricity because we could literally not afford our electric bills. So in that time, we became master chefs on open fire. So don't let me forget. Send me an email and we'll see if we can't do a little video on campfire survival foods and snack foods, because you'd be amazed. Refrigerator cookies are a thing. Yeah, not in this house. She makes them from scratch.
Billy's got a thing for you to read.
Billy's got a thing.
Clip from someone.
Okay.
Oh, the golf course. Yeah, we've seen that one.
Oh, the golf course with the president, not done yet. Yeah, like I say, there's something going on, and I think we're all going to be very, very surprised when all this happens. Sage Parsley, how you doing? Look up camping ovens on eBay. Yeah, they've got those, but you can literally cook and bake. You can make a cake. You can do all that stuff on an open campfire. You just need some cast iron skillets and a decent little hearth, something that you can set them on so that you're not setting them directly on wood, and you can use rock and all kinds of stuff for it. As a matter of fact, rocks and stones are one of the secrets, because that maintains your temperature on a fire. When you put the rocks into the fire, they help keep your baking temperature at a constant. Refrigerator cookies are from scratch, just no bake. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. What do we do? Those no bake chocolate cookies?
Oh God, no.
Oh, you've done those
I
before.
have never made those yucky cookies. No.
I think she has. I think she's just delusional. Let the military do their job. They've got this. Just stand your ground and prepare. I agree. The military has got this. But should they need us, us veterans out here, we are standing by and ready as well. So I will jump at the request if they ask me to come and help. Homemade, absolutely.
Yes.
We have to know how to do things during hurricane season too. That's a fact. All right, so that's what I've got.
Miss Preach, we owe you guys cookies.
Yes, we're gonna. Yeah, we go. Owe them cookies. Yes.
Owe them cookies.
Hang in Arizona. How you doing? I would beg for cookies on the street like a hobo. So would I. But fortunately, Lisa's been getting her strength back, and she has hit the old baking again.
I haven't done it yet.
We set up a stool for her in the kitchen so that she can stick her oxygen on and sit on a stool and reach everything she needs in the kitchen. That's one advantage in living in 340 square feet. We have a galley style kitchen, so you can sit on a stool and spin in circles, and you can get anything you want. The most important question, Alex, do you know we come here because of Lisa? I had that feeling. I mean, I'm a likable kind of guy, but I had a feeling. Like my cookie served to me with a glass of milk. Me too. Right. Yeah, praise God for that. Absolutely. She's been doing great. We finally got her portable oxygen machine. So that has made a world of difference. She's been able to we still got the wheelchair in the back of the truck, but now she's also got a walker, and she's been able to do some of the walking and using that walker because she can turn around and sit down if she gets worn out. But wow, everybody's jumping in now and must have just gotten a notice.
Looks the heck out of some cookies.
Yeah, everybody came because we were saying cookies too much.
That's hanging in Arizona.
Happy Friday to you.
Thanks for the great show. We'll email. Look forward to the videos.
But yeah, well, that's good.
Healing energies to me.
I should just sit here and let you read them. Then I can just listen. Westwind, how you doing? All right, that's really all I got. Buffalo River, backcountry, how you doing? Black flag. I've got my black flag coming, and as soon as it does, it's going right here.
From 67 to 217.
No quarter and no mercy. That's what the American black flag is. It's a flag that's an American flag, but it's in grays and blacks, and it's the significance of it is that there is no quarter and no mercy. What, I've got 217 people. Wow, I've got 195 people. You guys absolutely rock. I'm going to tell you that because that blows away any record I've ever had of being live on this thing. And here I am just rambling.
Just ramble.
And
they want you to ramble.
Well, how about I just sit here?
What to talk about?
Should I just sit quietly and let you ramble? Yeah. That's what they really want.
Did the censorship end? What censorship?
Oh, all of the censorship. Yeah. Interesting thing. Miss Mary, how you doing? Something funny is going on also with big tech. They're still going after certain channels, and they tend to do it at certain times. But I've got a lot of backup channels and things like that I try to get my videos to. But for the first time since April of 2019, my channel started growing again about a month ago, and it's growing in leaps and bounds, like unbelievably fast. So it makes me kind of wonder if there's somebody else that has control of the algorithms, and maybe there's an internal battle going on where somebody tries to shut something off, somebody breaks in, turns it back on. They did your channel today. They killed it, or they allowed it to grow. We've come from Montegraph. Oh, well, that's cool. Tell them thank you.
He said slow down.
Hello from Monty's room. Slow down the chat.
Yeah.
I can't do that from StreamYard. I have to do that from YouTube. I'm streaming on StreamYard right now. Well, I appreciate Monograph.
YT must have stopped. We ended at 62, 217, like instantly.
What is this now? Your oath takers were the FRU. We've been lied to, stolen from, invaded, spied on, and our precious American dream dead in the corporate trusts. 666 lies, Tesla, Edison, space. Yeah, they are making a last-ditch effort to do something nasty to us. From 60 to 217 likes instantly. Yeah, it's like they all of a sudden let go. But we came from another live channel. Well, I appreciate you being here. I really do. Kind of makes me want to just stay on and give big hugs all night. Virtual hugs, nothing sexual or nothing. I'm not like that. You're being room rated by Monograph. Happy Friday and God bless. Well, I appreciate it. I'm going to have to wave a hand and thank him for that. Thank Monograph for the kickback over here. When I look at fellow planetary, oh man, that is quick. Sorry. Let me jump up here for a second. I want to read that.
Please slow it down.
I can't do it on StreamYard. I have to be prepared for something like this. When I look at a fellow planetary inhabitant in the weaponized costume, I see a local domestic terrorist that needs to be put out of mine and others' misery. There are a lot of domestic terrorists, but the problem is using projection, the ones that are most dangerous to this country take the most protective of the country and turn them into the bad guy. Like me, I more than willingly signed the dotted line to sacrifice my blood for the safety of this country and the people in it. And I took an oath to defend the Constitution, not to defend an elected official. And I still have that oath in my blood. It never expires. And I'm not one of these that believes you have to take the oath again if you go into a new position or whatever. Because once you take it, it's like, that's like your agreement with God. And if you renege on your agreement with God, then there is nothing left for you. And I'm sorry. So once you take the oath, that's it. If you go against that oath, I think that's a mortal sin.
Okay.
Because when you go against that oath, you're also putting other humanity in danger, and you're not taking their safety into your regard. So that's, to me, that's just nasty. No, I appreciate it. You have a good night too. The Vatican agents that take over countries from within are well established in our country, and it's a high time we get very busy. Absolutely. Well, here's a little tidbit about the old Vatican. The Vatican had a few items removed from it, something in the range of $34 quadrillion worth of bullion, precious metals, and artifacts that have been stolen from humanity. So those have all been removed from their grip. Also, other gold stashes from around the world have been seized because they've been hiding them from the public. It's really sad how we've been taken over from within. It is, but we're going to get it back. Mix Big, how you doing? MX Big, good to see you. We're going to get this thing back. Even if it says that the demons will conquer the saints, they're going to have to work their ass off to get that done. So there are plenty of people like me that would do the ultimate sacrifice in the defense of the other people around us. And when you have that and you're willing to give yourself in full service of others and sacrifice for them, then I don't know how a demon beats somebody with that mentality. All roads lead to Rome. Rome. Hail Caesar, Emperor of Rome. Right? Mr. Buggin' Nuts. It's creative. Demons will never overtake the saints in this country. I have to agree with that. They may get away with it in other places, but they're not going to get it here, because this is a God-fearing redneck country over here. And redneck in the most non-mean way, because all of us are a little redneck. You have to be able to take a country like this. If you do your Santos Banasi 66 decode, you will connect so many dots. Most religions of today are in fact Vatican invented. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Yeah. The Vatican is not our friend. Unfortunately, when some of these truths come out, it's not going to be good for a lot of people. Psychologically, it's going to be very hard. Some of the images that may be coming out during the discovery process of military tribunals and things like that, some of that stuff's going to be very hard to stomach. I get the feeling that they're going to put it out absolutely uncensored, unedited, because unfortunately that's the only way to get some people to wake up, because right now there are too many people sleeping and still thinking, oh, Joe Biden's doing a great job. You know, he's really working with the legislative branch while he's writing all of his executive orders. When he, in his own words, says that anybody who writes executive orders is a dictator, the first thing he does is sign a stack of 17 of them. Interesting number. But everything's numbers 33, 122, 17, all this crap. They all use numbers and symbols for their nefarious acts. Wasn't the stooge in the Vatican arrested? At this moment, I can't confirm. So I'm still on the part about rumor. I've been trying to get confirmation, but certain things are just quiet. Appreciate that sub, by the way. Didn't catch who that was that said that, but yeah, if you haven't subbed to this channel yet, please do, because I do videos and I try to explain how things are based on the way I see them, also using the knowledge that I have of the original Constitution and where we go from here, kind of stuff. I'll be back. Thanks for your content. I'll watch in the future, going back to Monograph's channel. Yeah, I'm going to have to jump over to Monograph too in a minute and thank him for that. Appreciate you guys all dive bombing my place. But anyway, so again, this is what I got tonight. Was just mostly ramble, but if you wanted to catch the actual subject, go back to the beginning. It's probably the first 15 minutes where I explain the subject matter of what was going on here. But anyway,
that again right now is feed
Chrysler Imperial. How you doing? Gary Holland.
And police lights and green lasers.
S. Era, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. All right, you guys. I am going to get off this thing. I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out for a little bit with me. I'm going to jump back over there to Monograph's channel and give him a hand wave and a thank you for that photo bomb.
What is this, Matt said?
What?
Matt Binging.
Where? Lisa, look into urine therapy with Dave Murphy. Okay. Yeah, we look into a lot of alternative and holistic medicines. So we attack this thing from every direction. Definitely. Westwind, appreciate the sub. All right, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. Much love and respect to each and every one of you. And like I say at the end of every single video, stay in the fight.